Right, let's all... Hi guys, welcome to today's lesson. So today we're going to go through the outro from Oasis Live Forever. I've done pretty much all the other bits of the song now. So yeah, outro. I'll put the link in the description below to the chord sequence, which will have the chord sequence for the outro as well. And I'll also put in that link me teaching the main solo as well. Main thing here, I've got, as I mentioned in the other videos, but you might not have seen those. So basically distortion. Just going to try and knock that because I've just eaten. It's terrible, I'm really sorry. It's cucumber I blame. Anyway, so yeah, basically what we've got, quite a bit of distortion on. I probably would add a distortion pedal, but I'm using a Strat because that's all I have at the moment. And so I don't want too much distortion because I'll just feedback like a crazy person. A little bit of delay, tiny bit of delay, just to add a bit of extra to it, and then a little bit of reverb, actually a reasonable amount of reverb, to get this kind of a tone. Get some volume. And that's somewhere in the ballpark of the tone I'd use, but obviously you'd want a bridge pickup on with a humbucker to get a thicker sound, but I don't have one of those to hand, so this is what we're going to have to deal with. The first bit's very, very simple. Basically this bit kicks in about 306 on the track, okay, so that's where I'm starting from. I've done all the arpeggio bits for this as well. But this first bit, say 306 on the track, we're playing over an F major 9 chord, basically an F sound, and we're going to do this little walk. We're going to play third fret, I can't talk, third fret on the A string, like that. That's a minim, that's 2 beats. Then I'm going to play third again, then second, then open. So basically what we've got there is we've got say 2 beats for this first one, a minim. Then for the next time we pick that, it's only a quaver, okay, which is basically half a beat. Then a crotchet, which is a whole beat, and then half a beat, plus an extra semi-breathe, which is a whole bar. So we let that one just ring out. So basically what I'm saying is that note's longer than that note. So you go 2, basically. And actually we're going to do that effectively 7 times. So the way you do it, if I just count it through, it would be 1, 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. 2, 3. So we're going to do that exactly like that 6 times, and then on the 7th time we're going to do this walk again. But that open A string isn't going to ring out for the whole bar. We're going to start playing something else. That open A string is basically only going to be 3 beats, which is a dotted minim worth of time. But basically 3 beats rather than the 4 beats. So effectively that's the first chunk of the solo done with that one riff, basically. So your real challenge there is counting. Counting to make sure you stay in time, and counting up to 7. So you know when the 7th one comes in. This is when the solo really kicks in, is here. This is a bit, I'm going to shift a little bit so it's easy for you to see, where I've seen a few different tabs and some are different. It definitely sounds like a down bend. So a pre-bend, I'm going to 7th fret on the G string, I'm going to pre-bend it before I pick it. And then I'm going to pick it and bend it down. Like that. It sounds pretty cool with that little bit of delay and reverb. I've got a bit more delay than I should do, but oh well. 7th fret, so we pre-bend, and then we pick the note and drag it down. Then I'm going to play 5th fret on the G string. Then I'm going to play 7th fret on the D, and then 5th fret on the G. Okay? So. There, yeah, so what I do there, I do actually slide away from that 5. Vibrato and slide away. Okay? So. Vibrato there on that A note, and then straight into the walk again, 3, 2, open on the A string, like that. Okay, so that's our first lick. And this is kind of how we're going to do this first 4 times through, is we're going to flick in between doing that riffy bit and then a small amount of lead. So it's really cool sound, and it's a good way to practice doing that. So second lick. Again, whenever I get a chance, I'm going to vibrato, basically. He's not a crazy vibratoer, so it might be more my own personal style, you know, ebbing into this. So I apologise if it is a bit, but I think that that's quite normal to do a bit of vibrato on there. As I say, I might just do too much, but it's, you know, whatever. D string, 5th fret. I'm going to hammer on to 7 and then pull off back again to 5, like that. Then 5th fret G string. Okay. Then I'm going to keep my finger there and re-pick that 5th fret G string. Then I'm going to play 7 on the D, and then I'm going to hammer on the D string 5 to 7. So it's, so if we do that slowly. So hammer on, pull off on that first one, 5th fret G. Then another 5th fret G. Then I'm going to do 7 on the D, and then hammer on 5 to 7. Now I'm going to do that with an up pick, and then the next 5th fret G string with an up pick. And that's how I get my rhythm. Like that. Then I'm going to play 5th fret on the G string. I'm actually going to give that a slight little drag down, just personal preference I think more than the track. Then 7th fret on the D string. Slide away to nothing again. Back to that riff. Okay, so those are our first two kind of licks, and we've interspersed them with that riff. So the third lick is going to be a bit different, but same part of the guitar. So all of this we're playing out over the A minor 7, and we've got an A minor pentatonic feel going on, okay? We're going to bend 7th fret on the G string, full tone. Then I'm going to pull off on 7 on the G to 5 on the G. Then 7 on the D, then 5 on the G. So it's my first part of the lick. Then I go straight into another bend, 7th fret G string. Then I'm going to do 3 pull-offs on the G string, 7 to 5 in a row. Then straight into 5 again, and then 7 on the D. Really kind of fast, getting in that extra 5th fret, the start of the next bar. So if I just play that through slowly. 7th fret bend, pull off, all on the G string so far. Then 7th fret D, 5th fret G, then back to 7th fret on the G for a bend. 3 pull off 7 to 5 on the G, 5th fret on the G, end on that 7th fret on the D again. Again, vibrato, slide away to nothing, riff. Lick 4 is going to be almost the same. I'm going to do a bend, 7th fret on the G string. I'm going to do 2 pull-offs, 7 to 5, also on this G string. I'm going to do another bend, then 3 pull-offs, 7 to 5, still on this G string. Then 5 on the G, 7 on the D. So it's slightly different lick. It's a slightly different lick if I use words. I'm good with words. I know words. Yeah, so it's quite hard to get those extra 5s in there to get that picking, especially when you do it quickly. But that's the riff, and then we do this riff one more time. So let me just play through that first little bit slowly. And this is basically the section where we're interspersing licks in this A minor pentatonic. That was rubbish ball. A minor pentatonic, and we're interspersing them with this riff. So let me just play through that. So we've already played through this. There's times 7, and then. Yeah, what I do sometimes, I've just noticed there, I thought I was doing this sometimes when I'm playing it, that last pull-off I cheat a little bit to fit the notes in. So I go, and I actually miss out that final pull-off basically because it's such a fast note. So I apologise if you do see me doing that. I'm sure it's supposed to be a pull-off and then another 5, but actually I just realised that I was cheating. So I go, which basically means on that final third one, when I should be doing a pull off and then another 5, what I actually play is 7, then 5. I pick them both, and that sounds right. That sounds good, but I'm just missing out an extra 5. So there's another little it's a little change that you can try, because you might find fitting in those extra 5s difficult, and that's obviously what I do as well. I've not thought about that at all. There you go. Yeah, it does. That's how it's supposed to be, basically, with that extra pull-off. So I apologise if I have cheated a little bit there, but that's what that was what you're supposed to do with 3 pull-offs. You might see that sometimes I won't do that, and I'll just go like that as well. Okay, so I apologise for that. That's just me being cheaty. So one of those troubles with teaching songs that you learnt years ago when you were a kid is that you find that you often play them inaccurately, but this is exactly one of those tracks that I play like I did when I learnt it when I was 15, and now I'm in my 30s. You know, it's sometimes it's hard to get out of those habits. Anyway, so there's my excuses for making mistakes. I make mistakes all the time, so you guys, if you've watched my videos before, you'll know. So, anyway, after that embarrassment for me, we're now going to get onto the kind of strummy bit. So this is really what we're doing here. We've got this kind of A minor sound that we're going to be using. It's also a C triad. So it works over the F quite well as well, which is great because we're going to use it over both. In terms of what he's strumming, you know, I'm going to tell you super accurately. But if you see me playing it, you'll see that I'm not doing the strumming as accurately as I'm going to teach it to you, because I think that sometimes when he only hits one string, he's not really worrying, thinking I'm just going to hit one string. He's just trying to get the right vibe. So that's always going to be my main kind of thing I'll say, is you want to get the right feel before you worry about whether you're hitting 1 string, 2 string or 3 strings. As long as you're hitting one of those there, 5th fret, D, G and B, it's going to sound fine, okay? So don't worry too much, but as I say, I will go through it super accurately because you know, in terms of the lesson, I can do that nice and slowly. I'm waffling today a lot. Anyway, 5th fret G string is going to be the first note, down pick. Then I'm going to play D and G together twice, down, up. Then I'm going to play the same thing, D and G, 5th fret, with an up. Then I'm going to play 7 on the D with a down. So, okay? If you're wondering about my rhythms, because people know, if you watch any of my videos, you know I love calling that rhythm Cake Jaffa, and that's what it is. So if you say the words Cake Jaffa, you've got that rhythm, Cake Jaffa. Okay, and then the second bit is going to be for cake. Cake Jaffa for cake. Okay, that's the actual rhythm if you're saying Jaffa cakes. That's literally what I'm doing in my head when I play this. Down, down, up, down. Then I'm going to do a hammer-on the D string, 5 to 7. Then I'm going to play open A string and then that 7th fret D string with a down up. Okay? And that's the end of that bar. Okay, I accidentally caught an extra A string, but you get the idea. Then I'm going straight into the next bar. There's no let up, there's no break. We go straight into the next bar. I'm going to play the same thing again. Open A string, 7th fret D string. Then on that 5th fret, I'm going to bar, same thing, 3 strings this time I'm going to play, down, up. Then I'm going to play down, down, up. Then I'm going to play up, and then 7th fret D string with a down. So it's going to be down, down, up, down, down, up, down. So down, down, up, down, down, up, down. Oh God, if I get it right. So the first one is that, and the last one is that. Everything else in between is just 5th fret D, G and B. Then I'm going to do hammer-on twice on the D string. Like, just like that. Then I'm basically going to do the same lick again. Just exactly the same as I did it, but I'm only going to do 1 hammer-on at the end. So that's a tricky one to get used to. That really genuinely is harder than it looks. You know, it genuinely is harder than it looks. So take your time with that, because actually we're going to do it again on the next bar as well. It's the same thing, 7th fret, then I'm going to go with a down pick, then down, up on 5th fret on the D, the G and the B, then down, down, up there, then up, and then a down on that 7th fret. So then 2 hammer-ons again. So those 3 bars in a row, basically, they're almost the same. So it's basically going to be down, down, up, down, down, up, down. Then 2 hammers. Then same first bit again. 1 hammer. Then exactly the same as the first bar for the 3rd bar. Then I'm going to do a hammer-on now on the A string 5 to 7, then on the D string 5 to 7, then 5th fret G. So then I'm going to play the B and the G 5th fret and do a down up there, then an up, same notes, and then I'm going to play 7th fret on the D. Okay, so it's very, very similar, but we've just got a different first beat basically. Then I'm just going to do a little flick, catch that B string with an up, then I'm going to do a hammer on D string 5 to 7. So if I try to do that slowly. Those are all down picks actually. Then I'm going to go down, up, down for that 7th fret D string, up, flick, 5th fret B string, then 5th fret to 7th fret on the D. Next 3 bars are going to be all exactly the same. I'm going to miss the first beat, and on the and of 1, I'm going to play a down, again, D, G, B, 5th fret. Down, then, same place, down, down, up, down, and on that down is where we hit that 7. So, down, 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 up, down. And then 2 hammer-ons. 5th fret to 7th fret D string. Same, and as I said, that's the same for 3 bars. So that's one of them. Let's do another. And then let's do one final one. Down, 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 up, down. 2 hammers. We end the song just by hitting an open A string. That's the end lick there, which I did actually on my on the rhythm. Everything but the solos version has that little lick at the end. Okay, so that's basically the solo. You know, I've gone through it, for me, relatively quickly. The first half of the solo is very, very similar, and then so is the second. You know, they're not similar to each other particularly, but they're similar within themselves. You know, there's not lots of different sections to learn, so there shouldn't be any problem playing through this if you can play the main solo to this song. I would still advise to go and learn that solo first, because I think it's the more interesting solo, if nothing else. And you probably, as a musician, as a guitar player practicing, would get more out of learning it as well. There's a lot more techniques in it, but this has a really, really cool that strummy feel. You know, really, really fun to get used to playing, and a style that I definitely enjoy playing as well. So yeah, it's definitely something. You see, I've got my CD player here, trusty CD player in the picture. Anyway, so yeah, so hopefully you've enjoyed the video. Hopefully you found it useful. That's really what I put these up for. In terms of this song, I teach this song quite a lot. I am a full-time guitar teacher. I teach this song quite a lot, but I don't usually teach the outro. So this really is more just for you people in YouTube land, people watching the video. And so hopefully you find it useful. As I say, that's the most important thing for me. I'm not trying to show off that I'm a particularly decent guitar player or anything like that, like you see some people doing, which is fair enough because often they are awesome. But I'm literally just for you guys to help you learn some of these solos and hopefully get more out of your own playing. Yeah, as usual, as I usually say, you know, please like the video. It really does help, you know. If you found it useful, just click the like button. It really helps, you know. I know people get annoyed about people saying it at the end of their videos, but it genuinely helps the content creator. Also, please comment in the bottom. Again, that really, really helps as well. But comment, you know, just let me know if you found that I went through this too quickly. I find that unlikely, but some people do. And also, if there's any other songs you'd particularly like me to look at. I think the next couple of things I need to do are going to be more for my own students. So they're going to be probably songs that I teach. So there'll probably be fewer Oasis songs, because I don't actually teach that many Oasis songs. But I will see how it goes. I'll probably just do what I want to do as well, to some extent. And that's really cool. If you do suggest songs, just don't expect me to do it immediately, because some songs just take me longer to learn. Sometimes the tabs aren't very good, so I have to transcribe them myself, which just sometimes can take quite a lot of time. So yeah, but I will get round to them all. Please share the video as well. Again, that really helps me out a lot. I'm glad you've enjoyed it. Well done for getting this far. And hopefully now you can play through the whole of this track, and it's a fun track to play through. I'd love to. I've heard a couple of people doing this solo, and they posted videos and they posted links, and that's really cool. And I'd really appreciate anyone who plays this song or does a version of it. You know, I'm absolutely happy for you to post a link on the video, or tweet me or something like that with a link, and I'll definitely watch it. Because I do really appreciate it. And I will see you guys again hopefully soon. Yeah, I'll see you later. Bye bye.